Na, na, na. Yeah. What is up, everyone? It is your host, Shaquan, and thank you for tuning into another edition About That Action. Today, we are going to talk about something a little bit more serious, something a little bit more personal for me. Hopefully, it's a little bit more personal for you. Hopefully, so you can learn something new about yourself today, or if you already knew about it, maybe you just forgotten. Hopefully, you remember something today that will help you out a little bit in the long run. So first and foremost, I know how corny this is, how repetitive this is, but to me, one of the biggest keys to happiness in life is just being the nicest person you can be to others. And it's not always the easiest to do that. Maybe you have a dick-headed family member or a friend that's just absolutely rude to you. Do your best to be as kind as you can to everybody else. I promise you, seeing those around you as happy, or seeing those around you that are happy will make you just happy in general. So one of the biggest things I always hear is, how do I love myself? And honestly, I believe that's a fair question. There are plenty of people out there who just simply don't live the best lives, and I don't blame them. It's not their fault. Maybe they were put in a situation where it's hard to love themselves because of the people around them. The people around them don't love themselves, they don't love the people that are in front of them, so it makes it a lot harder for you to learn how to love yourself. Some people have an ego, and I don't mean ego in a negative connotation, but they put themselves in a higher rank above others, and when something doesn't go their way or something starts to bother them, they start to become self-destructive and start to break down their own ego. So that's just one of those things that's kind of iffy. Some people are just pre-wired with their genetics, whether they are dealing with depression or they have some personality disorder, PTSD. There's a million reasons out there that could be preventing someone from being their absolute happiest with themselves. And I don't personally have the secrets on having the self-confidence or not to hate yourselves, but I do know a few things that I've done that have helped me get to the point in life where, you know what, it is what it is, like, ain't shit I can control about it. So some things I could tell you that I do to keep my morale up. From a young age, I was always taught to keep good people around me. What that means is choosing friends or support groups that don't judge you. They don't have the intention of hurting you. The groups of people that just want to see you succeed, and that goes both ways. You can't expect people to support you for too long if you don't support yourself or if you don't support others. So nice people can only be so long. Nice people can only be so nice for so long. And in terms of the so long comment, I did wear my Michael Scott, that's what she said shirt, so long. But that's besides the point. This is a serious topic. So your friend group is something that you get to control. If you don't want someone to be your friend, guess what? They're not. Because a relationship works both ways. If they are being toxic to you, bringing you down, clearly they don't want what is best for you. Having a friend, or even better, a group of people that truly care for you is super important. For me, I personally believe that I found a friend group, or friend groups, plural, that want what is best for me, I communicate with them when I'm happy, I'm sad, confused, angry. I know they care about me, and they know I care about them. If there's anything that I ever question, I go to them because I know they would never steer me in the wrong direction. Another thing is I've been able to take is just hearing no, and just the hard truth. Hearing no, or the cold hard truth is always hard, but your friends wouldn't tell that to you if they weren't true. Accepting reality and moving on is how you grow. So you just got to learn to forgive yourself, because the odds are your friends have. For me personally, I'm still looking every day to find the best version of myself so I can find an impactful, lasting effect on those around me. I took some time off in college. I skipped a lot of classes, took like a semester off where I was enrolled, just didn't show up to class. I had people checking up on me, but I didn't really communicate with them, and that was wrong on my part. But I went through a little mental and emotional journey, I guess, and I tried to reflect on my life. So a big reason to that is one thing that I've always struggled with in my life is with my weight. So I've always been a heavier set person. I've always been teased. I've been called fat by every aged person on the spectrum, from little kids to grown adults. And they don't hold back. They'll tell it to your face. Like, I've had kids my age tell me, "Shut up, fatty," on the playground, or some Asian adults. They don't play. They are ruthless. They'll be like, "Oh my goodness, you are too fat. You will never have the girlfriend." And you know what? I just stopped trying to impress people, and I started to impress myself to see how great I could be. So for me, one of the things that's important is, in order to love yourself, you need to know who you are. It is not bad to invest time into yourself, because at the end of the day, no one is going to know you like you, even if you don't know who you are, because you will find yourself. You just got to put it in yourself to find it, you know? So find what your values are, what you like, what you dislike, what your talents are, and then what lines up on your scale of morals. Growing up in an Asian family, I was always compared to the other church kids, people that were always better than me, people that were more successful than me. Same thing in school. Why didn't you get a better grade? Or so-and-so got this grade, how come you didn't? And after a long time, it does take a toll on your mental. Constantly seeing if you're better than someone or even good enough to someone else's standard. I personally believe it's super toxic. I don't perfectly know how to tell you not to do that, but I promise you, when you figure it out, I promise the stress of comparing yourself to others will feel like 1,000 pounds lifted off your mind. You'll finally be at peace knowing that there's no one really else to impress, you know, like whatever you're comparing yourself to, or whoever else is comparing you to something, it's fine. It's fine, you know, it's not a big deal. Another thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of being to loving yourself is being honest with yourself. A lot of people are not honest with themselves. Don't try to be someone else because you think it will make you popular, or that's what the trend is, you know. Imagine being dishonest in a relationship with your significant other. That wouldn't work. It would be very dysfunctional. If you're not honest with yourself, you're going to start lying to yourself. You're going to say, "Yeah, I'm okay," when you're really not. You're going to start making excuses for yourself and why you're not improving. And it's okay to be wrong. Nobody's perfect. You just got to be honest with yourself, look back, and just see where you can improve, you know. The concept of perfection is interesting to me because we are always striving to be perfect. I'm always trying to be perfect. It's good to strive for perfection, because that allows us to go on a journey of self-improvement. So trying to be the greatest that you can at something, it's very good. Don't get too warped up in the idea that if you're not great, then you failed, because no one has really reached that point. Everything is always up for debate, you know, like the GOAT debate. There's really not the greatest of all time, because no one really knows who that is in terms of anything, really. So I just want you guys to know that it is okay to strive for perfection, and it's okay to fail along the way. So something else that I've done a lot of is forgiving myself and forgiving others. So if you make a mistake, guess what? It is what it is, man. Dust yourself off. You know what? Mistakes are only made if you do something or if you don't do something. And would you rather make a mistake because you did something or because you didn't do something? Forgive yourself. You tried your best, and guess what? Today, whatever it is that beat you down, you'll be back, because you will take that lesson that you just got and you will learn from it and you will improve. This next concept is a little bit harder to beat. Some people are people pleasers, and you know what? That is me. I'm not gonna lie. I like to kiss people's asses, but once you realize that some people just simply don't fuck with you, you'll be in a lot better headspace. You'll stress less, because ultimately you'll be expressing the fact that you don't give a flying fuck about what other people think. And that is one of the biggest things to self-confidence, in my opinion. When I stopped caring about what other people thought, I gained so much self-confidence, and I realized that no matter how much I try, that person or group won't like me regardless of how much effort I put in. So there's no reason to stress, you know. There's just absolutely no reasons. Just keep to yourself, keep to your close circle. I promise you things will be a lot better. One thing that people focus on a lot is their mistakes that they've made in life, but never their accomplishments. So if you're always focusing on what is wrong with you and not what you're doing right, you're going to always have a negative self point of view. Sit back, reminisce on the times that you were happy, you were successful. I promise you, it'll make you feel better. If you're feeling stressed on social media, try to eliminate those pages, accounts that have been bringing you down. Unfollow them, block them, get them out of your head, man. Don't compare yourself, your lifestyle to their lifestyles. Don't downplay yourself because you don't look as good as that model. I don't care, okay? Because guess what? Most likely, whoever you're comparing yourself to doesn't know that you exist or really care what you think. So why do you try to impress them or impress yourself to them? It's not worth it for you, you know? Follow people on social media that speak to your soul, that inspire you to be great, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn as much as I can and give it back to you guys. I'm trying to be great and trying to inspire you. So that, you know, that's okay to kind of clear your social medias. You know, no one's really going to judge you. If they do, they're weird, because at the end of the day, it's your social media. But one thing that I did not learn until I got older is that it is completely okay to isolate yourself. Tell those around you who support you that you're fine and you're just taking time to recuperate yourself. Obviously, don't shun everyone. You know, taking time for yourself is super okay. You don't always need to be out with your friends. You don't always need to be making moves, plans. It's okay to sit in your house, you know, be by yourself, be comfortable, you know, do what makes you happy. Share, if you have something that you like and you want to share with somebody else, I think that's very important, you know, sharing experiences. But really, taking time for yourself is super important. Letting yourself sit back and reflect, that is one of the best ways to love yourself. So take your mental health seriously. I'm not a licensed professional or anything, but I am a firm believer in helping those that struggle to help themselves. If you are someone you know is struggling to love themselves, show them this video, you know. Get them in contact with me or someone that can help them. Let's bring more love and positivity in this world. My crew and I back in high school started something called #slap. And I have this little rock right here that I made in one of my yoga classes, which is kind of corny, but it says #slap on it. And on the back it says friendly. I forget what the assignment was for that yoga class, but we had to write something in terms of a message that you felt or something like that that made you happy. And for me, it was definitely slap. It stands for spread love and positivity. There are other renditions out there that you've probably heard, like spread love and pop a titty or spread hate and negativity, but those are just jokes, you know. And I really do mean it. Do your part spreading love and positivity into the world, because the world needs a lot more of it right now. We all could use it. I think we all could benefit from it. So at the end of the day, love yourself, because I love you. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Stay safe and stay blessed. Na na na.